The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It's hard to believe, y'all, but tax filing season is upon us. The pros at Jackson Hewitt are here to make the process as smooth as humanly possible. Joining us now is Chief Tax Officer Mark Steber. Mark, good morning.
Good to be here. Very exciting time.
It's tax filing time, and in fact, that's going to be one of our messages today is sooner rather than later. But let's get started with, talking about the IRS right now accepting and processing tax returns. So how can our viewers get organized and prepare to file their 2025 taxes?
Well, it's like anything you put in front of yourself to do, whether it's eat healthy or exercise or your work. Keep it simple. Find a model that works for you, and that works with your taxes. Keep it simple getting organized. Find those documents. You should have them all by now, so it's not like my early season message, which is get the envelope or get the shoebox and start putting them in there. Now you got to go find out where everybody put them. But find your documents. That's step one of 3 steps. Secondly, find some help. You're going to need help, even if you do it yourself, to answer a question, debunk Uncle Bob the tax pro's myth, or just outsource the whole complicated single largest financial transaction to that person. And third, commit. Find a time on the calendar. Valentine's Day is probably not the best day, but right after that, get your taxes done, get that money, file early. It's a lot of benefits to doing that. So find your documents, find your pro, get it done.
You are easy to talk to, Mark. You make things simple, and we've heard that Jackson Hewitt is doing something special to make things even more simple for folks, and it's going from West Coast to East Coast.
Yeah, well, taxes can be scary. Oh, it's your single largest financial transaction. You got to talk about your secret stuff. So we started about 3 years ago rolling out our Jackson Hewitt Brewitt free coffee truck. We're going in about 19 states, 40 cities, starting in the West, moving east. We set up shop in Walmart parking lots or near our offices with a big Jackson Hewitt Brewitt truck. And really, it's just this simple. You get free coffee, and you can have that delicate conversation on things that you might want to ask about getting your taxes done. Like what? How much does it really cost? Is it $500? No. A good pro starts at about $49 for a simple return. Here in Texas, you don't even have a state. So it starts pretty economical. Debunk that myth. How long does it take? 2 and 3 hours? No. In about an hour, you can get your taxes done. What do I need to bring? Well, you bring your documents. Well, what do those look like? And we give you tips. So it's a free offering just to interact with somebody who knows taxes, to answer a question in a no-harm, stress-free environment, and you get some really good brew. And it really is good coffee. It might not have been 3 years ago, but now we have really good coffee, muffins, cold brew, and you can see the pro who will be helping you if you want help, or you just get your questions answered or debunk Uncle Bob's myth.
I appreciate that. Okay, what are the benefits of filing those tax returns now as opposed to waiting till April 15th?
Well, there's a host of benefits. I'll give you the simple ones that I've seen over 40 years. First of all, we know 2 out of 3 people get a tax refund every year. That's about 100 million Americans getting a refund, even though I'm gonna owe, might be the media position. Secondly, there's about $300 to $400 billion with a B in refunds coming. So the first reason you file early, if you're owed money, you go get your money. You wouldn't wait 5 months for your friend to pay you $5,000, so you file early, get your money. Secondly, I hear this often. Well, I had a good year, crypto, my side hustle made money, I'm gonna owe, and I don't want to pay the man till the last minute. Well, if you file early, you'll know exactly how much you're going to owe, and maybe you won't even owe if there's some of the new benefits there, but you find out exactly how much you're going to owe, and you can seed that money aside for the Starbucks and go free Jackson Hewitt coffee and work that in. The third reason is the most important beyond the other 2. In this day and age of stolen data, ID theft, data breaches, the dark web, if you file your taxes, you file your single largest financial transaction, you lock up all your data with the IRS. You lock up your name, your social. If you've got a significant other, you lock up their data. You lock up your dependents. So if somebody's stolen your data, bought your data, breached your data, found your tax return last year on the copier that you left in the office and they stole your data, you have locked up your data. So you lock your house, you lock your car, lock up your data. So it's simple. File early, get your money, if you got money coming. File early to find out how much you're going to owe. You still don't have to pay until April 15th. Filing is separate from paying, and you lock your data if you file early. And there's a host of other reasons, but those are the big 3.
Okay, and when is the deadline to file 2025 tax returns? This is a date I know well.
Well, it hasn't moved in 100 years, but it's April 15th, but there's no good reason to wait those next 64 days. In fact, a lot of reasons to not wait. With all the tax law changes and life changes, you don't want to be sitting there at the midnight hour on the 14th and your pro says, hey, we see you've got the tip deduction, or the overtime deduction, or the senior deduction, or the car interest deduction, or whatever the case might be. You don't want to be scrambling. File early, get your money. File early if you've got more questions, you have more time. It decreases your stress and improves your accuracy, and just is a better way to approach your largest financial transaction.
Well, you said putting it off till the 15th or maybe even extending. The only people that serves are the people who are going to make money off of doing your taxes.
Doing it twice, because you can't just file an extension. You have to work up the numbers to see what you owe, because it's not an extension of time to pay. It's an extension of time to send in your paperwork. Big misunderstanding. So the tax pros say, hey, let's extend. They'll work up your taxes, charge you a fee. Then they'll do your taxes when you extend and charge you another fee. So it really is good for the tax pros, not good for you, the consumer.
Okay, so you've done a lot of helping the consumer out today. I'm excited to see that truck come through Austin. Thank you so much for your time, Mark.
Good to be here. Go get some of that free cold brew.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, for more information, visit jacksonhewitt.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Jackson Hewitt.